It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme tonight. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Detroit Lions on Monday Night Prime Time.
It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Jake Bates now, ready to get this one started. And we're off and running from Ford Field. Darius Davis to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at the Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly, the way that rocket arm can throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Now they turn to their rookie from Georgia for the first time. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, they eschewed the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing a run was coming. And boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. Give him 24 on that play. And the Chargers will have a first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Throw on 3rd down. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. Following that incompletion, we've got an injured player on the field in need of a look from the trainers. So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. And this one's away and looking good. Nice angle on this one, headed towards the sideline. So now it's the Lions' turn to head out for the first time on offense. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills, and it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
Throwing right away here, Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a third and short.
It's Montgomery on third. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They go play action with Goff. Catch made left side by Laporta. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Off play action, Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They've got to like how they've been moving it early here. It's down to the opposing 45-yard line. They'll send their tight end right. First down throw from Goff. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
St. Brown, the receiver, in motion right. On first down, it's Goff. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. They go play action here. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's brought down for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Throwing again, it's Goff. This is complete to Patrick. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Williams coming in motion right. From the red zone now. That's complete to St. Brown outright. And this is down all the way to the 3. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. They send the tight end in motion left. They go play action on 1st. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game remains to be seen, Brock, but no doubt about it on that opening drive. He was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, Kate, I think it's twofold. Number one, this guy, you just know, you want to get that engine started because when it revs hot, big things happen for this offense. Number two, you felt like there were people there you could pick on defensively. And this defense, you better find some answers for this playmaker.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Chargers getting their offense set for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a pickup of 11. And it brings up an LA first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Blown back, gets the handoff. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 3 on that gain. And the Chargers will have a first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
From the pistol, it's Herbert. Gets this to McConkey. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Ford Field right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. That's a pickup of 9. And it brings up an LA first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Handoff on second and short. Jukes out a one stop. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Into the hands of Conklin. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
He finds McConkey. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now a give left side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Putting the tight end in motion. On 3rd and 2, Herbert. He's got it! And he is in! Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Chargers start to fight back with their first points of this game. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers tie this game 7-7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Greg Reynolds to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Tight end motioning right. 2nd and 8. Connects on one to Jamison Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Goff on 1st and 10. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, Goff. He finds Laporta. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Out of the shotgun, Goff. St. Brown's got it, complete. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Goff now on 3rd down. Got for big yards on the right side. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. The Lions with the football. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap here to Goff. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions get some late points and the lead. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Not on the same page with his tight end. So 2nd down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
He's got Harris. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down. Herbert from the gun. Conklin brings it in. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Alex Anzalone there on the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
That throw finds Conklin. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
1st down, ball at the 36. It's Herbert once more. Completed over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Herbert to throw once more. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Herbert throwing again. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. They send the tight end in motion. Now Herbert again. No place to go, so he just threw it away. The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. From 37 yards in the right hash. Browns kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
I know, you always want to finish drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points. And that's mission accomplished there.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. One last play before the break. A final throw before the break. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. We've arrived at halftime here in Detroit. The Lions defending their building. They've got the lead at the break. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our third quarter. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Khalif Raymond to return it. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They've got first down from the 31. Coming right is Gibbs. Broke through the tackle. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
This is Gibbs on second down. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Goff setting to throw. Finds him over the middle. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Goff. That's to the sideline. It's a catch by Williams. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throw from Goff. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing again. It's Goff. Finds his man over the middle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Now Goff. Finds Laporta. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On first down, it's Goff. This one to Williams out left side. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Goff on 1st and 10. Pass complete to Gibbs. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
From the gun, Goff. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions drive their lead to 11. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. The Charger offense making its way to the field. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
2nd and 10 now, Herbert. Johnston brings it in. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Kirby Joseph up for the stop.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
On 3rd down, Herbert. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10 from the 41. Now Herbert to throw. That throw finds Johnston. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Into the hands of Conklin. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tackled by Jack Campbell.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That throw finds Conklin. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. He gets 6 on that play, and it brings up an LA 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
On 1st down, they'll run. He's contained at the line for no gain. Tackled by Jack Campbell. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Back to the well again. And they bring him down around the 34. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Herbert now. Completed here to Johnston. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll run here on 1st down. And they had that one contained right at the line. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They give it to him again. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 6 yards, the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. The Chargers have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Herbert. This one's caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Herbert from the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers now within 1 score in the 4th. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Crucial moment of the game here as the Chargers try for 2. Herbert's going to look to throw for this. And he goes down, the pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. So a little pressure alleviated by the touchdown, but plenty still remains. Going to need to manufacture another trip to the end zone as they trail by 5.
This feels a little bit like a golf event to me, Kate, where those golfers will spend a big round not even looking at the scoreboard, not even know where they sit. But then when it gets down to winning time, they do know exactly what they need. And to consider that golf analogy, well, this team now needs a birdie when it matters the most.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Here's Raymond on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Goff. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Motion man sent left. To throw again here, 2nd and 10, it's Goff. That one's incomplete over the middle. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
It's tipped away, and it's going to to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
I think it's safe to say that without that ball being tipped, we are looking at a big game. That's a missed opportunity to push that offense, but an even better play defensively to deny the throw.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. So no return on that punt. And the Chargers take possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down after a short gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Herbert back to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll get it up to the 44. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Another carry for him. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing now, Herbert. Taken in by Harris. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. To throw, Herbert. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. That's caught for the 1st. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led...
They've got 1st down from the 31. Throwing now from the gun. Finds McConkey. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers, he comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
They give to Harris from the gun. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Herbert. He brings it in. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a fourth-quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Crucial moment of the game here as the Chargers try for 2. He's throwing for it! And the pressure's there. He goes down. The sack denies them the 2-point conversion. Okay, Brock, dialing up another 2-point call. And remember when your friends didn't have a voicemail and it would just ring and ring and ring? It's still ringing. Falls short again of reaching that end zone.
Yeah, this defense is not doing very good between the 20s or even in the red zone, but they do find a way to rise up. This is always my challenge with being super aggressive, is why give that defense something to feel good about coming off the field after you put 6 on the board?
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Reynolds with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Lions ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. He finds Laporta. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. And he's going to be marked down a yard shy of that marker.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions down by only 1. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. He'll throw it. To the right and hauled in by Laporta. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Setting up to pass. Gets this one to Patrick. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions jump in front late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
And now the Lions lining up for a very important two-point try. Here he is to throw. And he's almost there, but no! They stop him at the last moment. Wow, he's going to be just inches shy of that two-point conversion. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Caught quickly on the slant. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Gets this one to Harris. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Couldn't make the connection, was looking for Ladd McConkey. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception, just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
To throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Now to throw. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Time not on their side here as they get set for 1st down. No timeouts remaining either. It's Herbert once more. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Herbert to throw once more. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that one's picked off in the end zone, but no, incomplete, folks. He wasn't able to stay in bounds.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this will not be caught, so their last chance heave to the end zone ends up on the ground. This game's over. So it's one for the win column for the Lions. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.